The extent of the German I needed in order to buy my Borussia Dortmund jersey from the club shop was an apologetic English. My friends had just made their purchases in similarly hapless fashion. None of us had gone for the BVB-branded air fryer or coffee maker, funnily enough, so this probably didn't come as a massive surprise to the man behind the till. But despite his impressively seamless switch, the whole weekend was a chastening reminder that Europe is streets ahead when it comes to teaching linguistic skills. I was still left struggling to answer the question that came next. Do you want a name printed? I wanted to say Jude. I really did. If he signs for in the summer, I would be left in possession of the perfect memento from a great trip. But the risk was just too great. I was disgruntled enough by the continued presence of on the cup my beer came in, a shirt with the name of someone who could conceivably tread the same path to was too big a gamble. Could be about to prove Jürgen Klopp myth wrong and achieve what he has never done. Has another Darwin Núñez for Jürgen Klopp as exciting $155 million duo can soon explode, and so it came to be that I donned my nameless Borussia Dortmund jersey and made my way into the Westfalenstadion. I wasn't exclusively there to cast my tactical eye over and how he would slot in at the work expenses department. Certainly didn't think so, anyway. But my eye was inevitably drawn to the man who has been the subject of so many transfer links. In truth, my eye would have been drawn to him regardless. Quite simply, he ran the game. No goals and a single assist in a 5-1 demolition of Freiburg would not necessarily suggest as much, but S quality stood out a mile. The most notable thing was the ease with which he conducted himself. Does not run around the pitch, he glides. But don't for a moment think that he does not cover the ground. He popped up everywhere from right back to center forward as required, unerringly drifting into the spaces where he was most needed. He seems to possess an incredible awareness of his surroundings, always knowing where he has to go in order to beat a man or cut off a passing lane, or where to direct a tricky little flick in order to break down a defensive line. It was in this manner that he registered his assist, tightly marked, and with a second defender closing in, his backheel somehow managed to free Karim Adeyemi to slot home. Borussia Dortmund kicked off half an hour earlier then, but by half-time in Germany it was already 2-0 to Wolves back in England. Everything that seems to come effortlessly to has been lacking recently in midfield. Of course, that invites questions about the plausibility of a transfer to. Would have to be sold on a project, with Klopp's side presently in something of a mess. But it was also a timely reminder of just how much the club needs to pull off this deal. The one man who arguably upstaged on the day was Julian Brandt, in 2017, but ultimately went for instead. In that sense, the game did offer some comfort that the club has historically been very good at identifying transfer targets in the era, and that even a second-choice purchase in the summer drive to improve the midfield would probably do well. But it's hard to imagine anyone could replicate the impact would have. Looking for any negatives, it could perhaps be said that he has a tendency toward the Hollywood moments, the highlights reel plays. But we should expect no less of a man who idolizes, and like his hero, usually pulls off these audacious efforts. The Borussia Dortmund fans certainly love him. The only person who received a bigger reception was Sebastian Haller, making his first home start for the club after facing a battle with testicular cancer shortly after signing in the summer. He marked the occasion, and World Cancer Day, with a maiden goal that nearly brought the Westfalenstadion down. It was a privilege to be able to witness that moment, just as it was a privilege to see the Yellow Wall in full voice. Packed out at least 90 minutes before the game even got underway, it more than lived up to its reputation. Adding my voice to the thousands singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" was as poignant in Dortmund as it is in. Hopefully, won't want to leave that soundtrack behind any time soon. He would get it along with at least as much adulation as he receives in Germany. But my time in Dortmund has left me in no doubt that every top club in Europe should be pushing the boat out to secure a transfer. It's even more of a no-brainer than a club-branded air fryer. Jürgen Klopp has new ruthless side and must defy critics with Jordan Henderson call as copying it as wrong. Club transfer claim rings true.